Come on in, come on in, come on in. All geeks are welcome in this space. Let's learn together and seek his face. I'm Lem Philia, aka Bad Gamer Elite, and that right there, you cannot see him, but it is I Am Balmer, aka Alex the Man Balm. And welcome to Music and the Message, the Love Chapter. Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Not like Barry
So
White
today,
and everything, but you know.
yes,
Maybe,
today,
maybe, maybe. I mean, I got. See, the thing
no
about
spoilers.
here's the thing. When we do these episodes, like Bible and books, music and the message, when we do these, you guys, um, I am very much in the dark until I get an email. Sometimes a day before, sometimes an hour before, because that's the way that we've been doing these, and they've worked out pretty well. My
Yeah,
personal
they have.
opinion, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've worked really well, and I really like this format.
So,
And
yeah,
yeah, and I've been working on this one for a while. Like kind of um the minute February 1st hit, I'm like, all right, let's put this together.
yeah.
And I nerded out big time. Um, yeah, I'm debating starting like a whole blog and just so I can publish all my thoughts on love, but not really.
Oh
I don't know.
man,
So the original playlist, I think I sent it to you. It was 94 songs.
what?
Yeah,
I don't remember
but
seeing that.
um, I sent it pretty late. Yep, I did send it. Yeah, 94 songs, and then today we had a little bit of a scheduling change, and you're like, "Hey, let's record music in the message."
Yeah, yeah. We were
All
supposed to
right.
record the new thing. Still don't even have a title yet. But we were supposed to
Yep.
record the new thing, and we ran into some scheduling issues. So, ah,
And yeah, so I kind of scrambled together, and what is the this playlist? 7 songs, I think.
yes,
Um, and I mean, love songs. There's so many out there. And it's such a big topic in general, and yeah, it's like how do you narrow it down? Um, like even as I was trying to narrow the 94 songs down
to seven,
to
mind you,
something that we can
to
talk.
seven.
Yeah. Um, I kept thinking of other songs like, oh wait, is this on the list yet? It's not. All right, I got to put it on there. But I'm not going to talk about it. But so it's exciting. I'm excited.
So there's a
Uh,
whole other list that I didn't listen to yet.
yeah, that one is so this official episode playlist is something like 25 minutes long,
Yeah.
and the full one is 6 hours and 6 minutes.
Whew.
And given your track record, like just from the Faith and Film days, I didn't want to do that to you. Didn't want to drop that on you.
that's I appreciate that. For those of you who haven't seen or listened to any of the Faith and Film, let's just say that getting through a 2-hour movie during a workday is nigh impossible for me. Nigh impossible.
I love the word.
Thank you.
Yeah, nigh,
Yeah, well,
and
I get it from the Tick. You know, it's like he's nigh invulnerable.
uh, you're such a nerd.
I am a nerd, bro.
Um, so actually, I have more to say about words in just a little bit, but I have a couple questions for you first before getting into that and the music.
Okay.
So finish the sentence. Love is.
A verb.
Ooh, that's a good one. That
It's also a song.
actually, yeah, it is. And I think it's the last one that I added to the super mega list.
Oh, wow.
Um, that's awesome. Um, yeah, love is a verb. Love is a battlefield.
Ooh, yeah.
Um, love is an open door. I need to.
Did you put that one in
I.
there?
It's not in there.
Oh my God, you got to add that one.
All right. 95 songs.
95 songs, love is an open door.
Uh, okay. What does love mean to you?
Um, to me, I think love means sacrifice
Yeah.
versus love versus infatuation. You know, I think that infatuation happens all the time, and people get that confused with love. Um,
Absolutely, yeah.
but uh, when you absolutely love someone or something, um, you give of yourself to it, you know, but it's also reciprocal. Like true love would be reciprocal. Like, for instance, my wife and I have been together for, if you count dating, like over 30 years,
Oh wow.
right? And I in the beginning it was definitely infatuation. Like she was very much infatuated with me. I was very much infatuated with her. I still am. However, I know she loves me because she knows all of my stuff. Like all of the things
Yep.
that you want no one to know about you, or who you are, or any of that. She knows all of it and still sticks by me.
Yes.
So I think that it's sacrifice. It's even though you know that it when it comes to a love between two people, it's even though you are who you are, I would sacrifice everything for you.
Yes. I I love that. Um yeah, you're so right on that on the reciprocation and um the for me, like if I had to boil love down to one word, it'd be faith.
Mm.
Um like that trusting
Yeah.
that you'll be getting back from the relationship. And I think I have more of that that'll come out in some of the analysis later on. Um, okay, last question, and then we'll get to my super mega nerdiness and words. Uh, what different types of love can you think of?
Oh. Well, obviously there's romantic love.
Hmm.
There's brotherly love. There's like love for your fellow man type deal, which I guess technically could be brotherly love. There is the love that I might have for a Hostess cupcake.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure what type of love that is. We can call it cupcake love.
Okay.
So there's cupcake love. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything else.
All right. So my nerding out, that I found that um, there are at least 8 words for love in Greek,
Okay.
and so C.S. Lewis actually wrote a book about 4 of these types of love, and I saw another article that listed 7, but there is like the 8th one is interesting, and we'll get to it. All right, so Eros first is like your sensual love, your romantic love. You have Storge, which is like a family love.
Okay.
It's similar to the next type, but it basically meant to be like with family, especially parents and children. Philia is the next one. That's like your friendship love, your brotherly love.
That's like
You have
almost my last name.
you have agape, which is your divine love and unconditional love. Like that's God's love.
Hmm.
You have Philodia, which is like self-love, self-respect, but it not to be confused with uh oh, the word is escaping me. Um it it's not like you're full of yourself or you love yourself above all, but it's that respect for yourself. And I kind of include like a love for life in there.
Hmm. Okay.
Um Next is Ludus, which is like a playful love. So like early relationships, that kind of flirtiness. Um, and it doesn't even have to get to that romantic level. It's that playfulness. Um, so a good song example is like "Call Me Maybe."
Ah, okay. What's that one called again?
Ludus.
Ludus. Got it.
Next is Pragma, which is a long-standing love. So this is like you're married for 50 years, you're enduring love. And then the last one, the 8th one is Mania, which is like obsessive love. And it's definitely dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I think it needs to be included, I think it needs to be included because of kind of the oh, missing out on the word again. Um like when you put things next to each other for comparing, contrasting. Um yeah, I had to put it in there for that and to keep in mind. And actually the first 2 songs that not going to talk a ton about, but they both fit into that mania.
Yeah.
So the 2 songs, they're super geeky. So I could not include them. And first is a song which was nominated for like the best original song in a motion picture
Was it really?
for for a Golden Globe and for a Critics' Choice Award.
Shut up. I was not aware.
Yeah, it didn't win
No,
because
no, no.
Billie Eilish, but no, Peaches. Uh, so Jack Black as Bowser singing about his love for peaches, and that definitely fits into that mania, like obsessive type love. And
Dude,
the second one,
hold on, just
sorry,
real quick. I saw the movie and I know the song, but I haven't really listened to it until you sent it to me. That's now I liked it, but now I just love it.
yes. Oh yeah, I mean Jack Black, I he doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't really have a great voice, but
No, but
like yeah,
he's die
so
hard in it.
fun.
He's like,
Oh yeah,
this is what we do.
yeah, and I'll listen to basically anything that he sings. Truly. Um, okay, so the second song, uh, again, geekiness.
Yeah.
It's Still Alive from Portal. Uh,
Yes.
so you have a robot, and can robots even experience love? But you have this homicidal robot that is trying to destroy you all game because it loves you. And then yeah, you get to the end credits and it has this love song for you, and it's so cute and creepy.
It's definitely creepy. It is 1000% creepy.
And so my third song is kind of one last little shout out. It's a great love song. Um, it really is, and it's on basically every greatest. Oh, it wasn't the last thing I copied. It's on basically every um like love song list out there.
Yeah.
Um, Probably the best love song in a movie, arguably. I included it though because of like my a geeky connection that I have with it.
Okay.
It's my favorite internet video of all time, and I'm sending it to you now
Okay.
to get your reaction.
All right. So we're the actual audio. We're you guys are not going to hear it, and I'll probably have to edit this out. Editing Lem, make sure you cut to the part where we're reacting. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Oh, it's playing. Hold on. I have to play it outside of this because we're gonna get in trouble on the podcast because it's playing. It was playing in Discord.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, it was coming through because I was playing it in Discord. So I cut that.
Yeah.
I've heard this before. I didn't know where it came from. For those who don't know, we will have the link in the show notes for you to hear this song.
Yes, that is my 100% all-time favorite internet video.
I think you know what? I will leave just a little bit of the very beginning of it in the podcast. So you guys heard the start of the original version of this. You did not hear what I just heard. And I am excited for you to hear what I just heard. Go ahead.
And so my favorite internet video of all time. It's so dumb, and yet there's also more musical talent in it than I think I could ever have.
Mm.
And one more other geeky connection. It's the song makes every video, every situation more epic.
Absolutely.
And I'll have to send you some video clips for that. But
if you're listening from Quake, you guys, it's a meme. It's a meme.
Have I said the name of the song yet?
You have not.
Oh, it's My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
But your favorite video is the bad recorder version of it.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so good.
All right. Let's oh, I needed that laugh cuz the first real song I want to talk about it hits, not that those songs aren't real. They are. but the one I first want to go in depth on hits hard. So the song is "Praying" by Kesha,
Oh, bro.
and this um, I've had the song on my kind of master ideas playlist for a while,
Yeah.
and it was my original inspiration for doing love this month.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
So it's not traditionally a love song. Um, and like, are you familiar with the kind of story behind it, or what Kesha was going through in her life?
Was that the producer part
Yeah.
of her life?
Yeah, so um Kesha was allegedly abused pretty bad, uh, um, verbally abused, sexually abused, and more by her producer, Dr. Luke. Um, and not only her producer, but also like her mentor.
Mm.
And
That's horrible.
oh
Like
yeah,
when it's someone that you trust, you know?
absolutely, yeah. And um, what I think the hardest part about it that I really can't even imagine is that like Kesha was contractually obligated and locked in to only making music for her alleged abuser.
Uh,
So for numerous years she was putting out nothing and went through court battles and everything, and finally she was able to make new music, and this was, I believe it was the first like new single that she put out. Um and so I'll get into a couple of the lyrics. She says, "Well, you almost had me fooled. Told me that I was nothing without you. Oh, but after everything you've done, I can thank you for how strong I have become." So, like, I think the lyrics don't get anywhere near um, describing the experience that she went through. Um, but and so that I think the story is extremely important to know with it,
mm,
and um, that I can thank you for how strong I have become line specifically. Uh, it reminds me of a passage, ironically, from Luke. Um, the sorry, I forget if I said the like the producer's name, but it was Dr. Luke.
mm-hmm.
So anyway, these verses from Luke chapter 6 verses 27 through 31. But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who spitefully use you. To him who strikes you on the one cheek, offer the other also, and from him who takes away your cloak, do not withhold your tunic either. Give to everyone who asks of you, and from him who takes away your goods, do not ask them back. And just as you want men to do to you, you also do to them likewise. And like through this whole song, that "Turn the Other Cheek," uh, I think really comes through, and that Kesha truly is embodying that and living that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the the chorus, or at least part of the chorus, I hope you're somewhere praying, praying. I hope your soul is changing, changing. I hope you find your peace, falling on your knees, praying.
Mm.
And like I really can't think of more pure love than that. You know, that loving your enemy, someone who has broken you down so much, and to be able to turn around and pray for them, um, and to hope that they find redemption. Like I truly think that's just so beautiful, and um, I think
Absolutely.
it's a really good example of that self love, um, that that Philadia. It,
I
yeah, I
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's like just thinking of Kesha and everything she went through with that. It's I can't say that I would be the one that would forgive so publicly. Like that right there, and maybe I'm misinterpreting the song. That's very possible. I'm not a bright man, but uh, publicly, when the world would say you have every right to drag this person to the depths, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Um, I think that it's it's really cool to see that uh, that's how that was handled.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so I I have no segue. Um, okay, next song is Satisfied from Hamilton. And
Dude, I was just
it,
like I when I was listening to it, I was like, I need to watch this movie again.
oh,
I know it's not a movie, but I saw it on Disney Plus. I didn't see it
yeah.
in the theater. I didn't see it on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. And I've I'm most familiar with it because I think I played one song for my daughter, and then she made me start listening to it every time we're on a long like trip somewhere. And yeah, just over and over. Hey, can you play Hamilton? Can you play Hamilton?
So now you just know Hamilton.
Yeah, yeah. And all my Spotify recommendations are like I'm getting all these musical recommendations.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Uh, so so with this song, you have Angelica Schuyler, and she's giving a wedding toast to her sister Elizabeth, and then and Alexander Hamilton. And Angelica like does a bit of a uh going back in time.
Like a flashback.
There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Words is hard.
This is why I'm here. I'm
And
here to
so
help.
she does a flashback to the night that she first met Alexander, and also that she introduced Alexander to her sister. And there's I picked this song because it has like really good examples of at least three of the different kinds of love. You have the Philadia, um, so yourself. You have your Storge, or the family love, and then you have that Eros, that romantic love. And um, so yeah, Elizabeth talks about like immediately seeing Alexander Hamilton, that like she's so enamored with him this in this first 1 minute, 2 minutes, that she even forgets her name. Uh, and then slightly later, when she introduces Alexander to Elizabeth, she sees Elizabeth's face and sees that she's helpless, and then um, kind of resigns herself that um, those two are meant to be together.
Yeah.
There's She has such love for her sister that she knows if she wanted, like if she I'm just gonna do the lines from the song because I can't paraphrase it well.
Oh yeah. No, that's
I
probably the
know
always choice.
I know my sister like a night like my I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. If I tell her that I love him, she'd be silently resigned. He'd be mine. She would say, I'm fine. She'd be lying. And um, like that, I mean, I think that really hits on that sacrifice that you were talking about earlier. That giving giving up, um, yeah, it words is hard yet again. Um, I think it really hits that sacrifice like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And
She loves her sister enough that this man that she feels infatuated with, she's willing to not pursue him.
yes. And then so my favorite line from the song, um, so this is what it feels like to match wits with someone at your level. And that line hits me so deep. Like, I think it just an amazing feeling when you meet someone and you can connect with them at such a deep level, you know, something that you can't even really describe. You know, this person just so naturally,
Yeah.
they amplify you and vice versa also. But like they amplify you, they challenge you um in a good way, and like they complement your traits, and like truly, whether that's a romantic relationship or just like a platonic friendship relationship,
Yeah.
you want that person in your life. You want to keep them in your life. Um, I mean, you going back with the Bible tie-in, so you have Adam and Eve, and God created Adam, and then from Adam created Eve, and they're meant to. Neither one is meant to be like the whole answer, the whole solution.
Right.
They're meant to be together, and they complete each other. And
Yeah.
yeah, that. Go ahead.
I have that in my wife. I know a lot of people say that with their spouse or their partners. But it's we've said it from the start. Um, like when we had our first dance when we were teenagers, and we just realized we fit. It's like we fit as
Yeah.
we were dancing. Slowly, I was like, oh.
Yes.
um,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
such an intangible thing too of just fitting together, and with dancing, I did swing dancing for years and years, and there were certain partners that you just have such a good connection with. Like you can kind of read each other's minds almost. Just from the little connection in the hand or like um, the shoulder or the back,
yeah,
like just slight differences. No, you can tell what the other person wants with the song and how they want you to move and you want them to move, and Yeah, it connection and complimenting. And
Nice.
I'm really glad for you and Anti Gamer that there is
Yeah.
that you have that.
Yeah, it's literally we fit, which is so good. I mean, and even though my six pack is now a half barrel, we still fit. Oh man. I'm looking at our time, and I think we have time for one more song.
All right, I'm just going to ignore that and do the two. But they have a lot of they have a lot of crossover, and so I can boil them both down into a similar point. So the last two songs are "You've Got the Love" from Florence and the Machine,
This is the
and
second in a row she's been on here, bro.
yeah, what
I'm not
what
complaining. I just want our listeners to know this may be a thing.
you didn't point out that with Paramore, she was or they were in the first two episodes or three episodes.
Yeah, but I really like Florence and the Machine.
Yeah, I
I'm not mad at Paramore, but
you're mad that I'm including a band that you love?
no, I'm not mad at Paramore, but I, you know, I will ask you if Florence doesn't show up, where is she?
Deal, deal. So you've got the love, Florence and the Machine, and the other song is "All You Need Is Love" from the Beatles. And yeah, both of these kind of come down to a similar point, and they also, I think, one line in each song makes up half of the words that are sung. Like the title for each one, I think, is half of the words that are sung for each song. Um,
Oh, that's funny.
so, like both of these really remind me of God's love and love being that such a powerful emotion and such a powerful promise too. At the end of the day, um, so with Florence and the Machine, um, some of the lines are sometimes I feel like throwing my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you've got the love I need to see me through.
Wow.
And that is, um, so I used to listen to this song, a different version, a live version of this song that they did with Dizzy Rascal. I would listen to it every day that I was on the elliptical machine. And still, like now, today, listening to the songs and to put notes together, and it makes me want to get up and run. Like, um, there's that frustration aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like so much is going on. I just don't care. How am I going to get through this? And then there's also that reminder of God's love that is like I can do this. Um, I can get up and run. Um, like Psalm 121, I lift up my eyes to the hills from whence comes my help. My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth.
Mm.
And then in the Beatles song, it's that it's even more of a reminder that all you need is love. Um,
But
throughout
this wasn't the Beatles version.
it wasn't the Beatles
Yeah.
version. No,
Yeah.
I chose a version from the the movie Across the Universe, and both versions are good. I love the
Yeah.
Beatles.
But I think
I
that this, like it being from across the universe, which is a very, it had some very special effect heavy scenes.
hmm
It speaks to the
yeah,
nerdy and the geeky. So again, not mad at it.
absolutely. And in this scene, they like semi recreated the rooftop concert that the Beatles did.
Oh, nice.
Where it was like just this impromptu thing, and just being up there on a rooftop. I'm assuming in London, but I really don't know for sure. Uh, but yeah, just like being moved by love so much that you just start playing, and then like the crowd gathering and getting into it. Um, and also in this scene, like some police came to get these people off of the roof. Like, what are you doing? This is a public nuisance. But the the movement, the love that they had in the singing gets the cops or gets the police officers to like just chill out and let the
Mm,
song be.
mm.
Um, and so there, yeah, that's the nerdy connection to it. But like again, the connection with God, the lyrics of the song, there's nothing you can do that can't be done, nothing you can sing that can't be sung, nothing you can know that isn't known, nothing you can see that isn't shown, nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love.
Mm.
Um, I mean that, yeah, all of those uh, contradictions, I'd say, for lack of a better word on labeling them, that sure reminds me of God. You know, He's got the whole world in the palm of His hand,
Yeah.
and He can do all things.
Yeah, I would definitely, adjust that statement. All you need is love, and realistically, all you need is God's love. Uh, and there's a lot of stuff that's connected to that because a lot of people are like, "Well, no, you kind of need food and shelter and blah blah." Blah. Honestly, do you think that the Bible says, you know, uh, does he, not take care of the birds in the wild? Does he not take care of them? How much more are you to him than them? So, yeah, all you need is God's love. And that is manifested by, like in my case, sometimes if I was all by myself and not loved by anyone, not loved by God, let's just say, let alone other humans, I would forget to feed myself.
I I've seen it happen,
And you've been
even with
there.
love. Yeah.
Even with love, I forget to feed myself. God has placed people in my life because He loves me to remind me to eat and drink some water. It sounds dumb. It sounds simple. It sounds like, well, how could you forget that? But it's the truth. All you need is God's love, and He'll take care of it.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Man,
And I okay, two last verses. Um, it's we're talking about love, so how can you not include um which which chapter in the Bible is a love chapter?
is it Corinthians 13?
hmm Yep.
Yeah. I would
So
stop asking me stuff that I'm like, oh man, I think I got this.
sorry throwing you on the spot like that. But yeah, so First Corinthians 13, um, it's the love chapter, and like the verse that really stands out to me that I couldn't do this podcast about love without including this. And now abide faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these is love.
Hmm.
And the final verse is I kind of discovered it in the research. I don't remember explicitly reading it before or seeing it on, pages of verse references, but I think it kind of sums everything up. 1 John chapter 4, verse 19. We love him because he first loved us.
And that's like forever. He's been loving us forever, since before we knew that we existed.
And his love in us means we can have love, and can give love, even, through those times of abuse and neglect, to, knowing one day you'll meet the right person, to looking back and being thankful that you've got to spend your life with love of great friends and a great partner.
Yeah.
And it's because he first loved us.
Whew. That's a heart-touching one, sir. You guys, if you have questions about that love we're talking about, you can hit me up. Hit me up at badgamer@lifepromotions.org, or you can join our Discord. You can join us on Twitch, God Games and Geekery, spell off the and also on our other socials, God Games Geekery. There's no and. So this podcast is coming out a little bit later because we are in the middle of Quake season. We're just at the end of Quake season. We have one more in Minneapolis, end of March or middle of March, and then we'll be working on getting into Life Fest season. So be on the lookout for some stuff. Just saying. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. So does that guy. You can't see him. There's no video version of this one.
I'm pointing.
But always, always leave people better than you found them. Peace.